So, hello everyone. I'm going to do this a bit differently today. So, I usually just record the video, then I'll do a voiceover. But you know what? I thought I'll just do all of it together because, for one, it saves me loads of time. Two, it's just a bit more natural as well. Like you might be able to connect to me a bit more, just me talking and rambling and stuff. I might edit it a couple of little bits, but for the most part, I'm going to just try and not edit it as much. Also, you'll get to just hear the audio of me drawing and doing whatever. Crack on with this. So, I'm just doing a drawing of Warrior here. So, I recently finished the season 3 finale. A lot of people are moaning about it, but to be honest with you, I think it was pretty good, to be fair. Oh yeah, just a quick one as well. The drawing itself, it's like a big sort of storyboard. Not quite done the rest of it yet, but that's the idea of the drawing. Just so you know, anyway, just so you don't think I'm just doing that. I work in a bar as well, so I work literally a couple of minutes away from this pub. I'm usually a chef most of the time, but I do like Saturday shifts as well. So yeah, I'll be doing that from like 9 p.m. till about 5 in the morning. Fair chance that I'll just see loads and loads of mad stuff. It's like the last few weeks I've just seen people getting so drunk to the point of where they're just like, they're having seizures. People are getting rolled into ambulances. There's fights outside. People just get drunk to the point now where it's just not even fun anymore, really. They're just trying to get as drunk as possible without actually having a good time. I think an example of this is probably when I worked at Darwin Live. So I live in Darwin, obviously. We have this festival every year, Darwin Live. It's a big music festival. It's pretty sick, won't lie. It is good. Like you basically get bands in the centre of Darwin. It's like a big square, and then you get all these pubs hosting music and stuff like that. Ours didn't have music, but it was right near the stadium, so we had a lot of people coming in and whatnot. The daytime wasn't too bad. However, 11 o'clock after that, it just started getting a bit stupid. Like people literally just getting completely plastered, and we're all having arguments with each other. But then I think the worst thing was the next day I came in, and one of the managers basically pulled me aside and he said, "Oh, have a look at the CCTV here. Look at this here." And he showed me 3 different occasions of people having seizures. I just thought it was mad. There was one guy, like a young lad. He just basically, one minute he was fine. He was just like walking about, doing his normal thing, and he's just like chatting to his mates. And the next minute he's on the floor with a seizure. It's horrible to see. And people, I think it was like at the end of it, about 5 o'clock, they started like fighting. Literally 5 guys were like ganging up on this one dude, and he just got knocked out. But then he like literally kicked him while he was down. Like they're just brutalising him. It was horrible. It's just stuff like this. I just think, why are we getting to such an extreme now? It's just gotten so ridiculous now. It just turns me off from going out drinking anymore. Like I just go out with my partner in the daytime. We just go day drinking. We don't go out at night time anymore because people are just a bit crazy nowadays. Yeah, another thing really is when they're actually getting to the bar, when I'm trying to serve people, like people just like they wave you down, like they're really desperate to have a drink. Like they don't really, they're not patient. They just want something quick. They want it there and then. They don't wait. They're so eager to have a drink. It's like I don't get how people can be that desperate to have a drink. Like I used to sort of have one after the other as well, but then I learned to just sort of space things out, and now I just try and have water in between stuff. But yeah, people literally going mad for a drink, and they're like waving in your face, and they just get rude. They just get a bit stupid with you sometimes, and I don't know why they get so crazy for. I suppose, like I say, the cost of it is getting a bit mad now. I see where people are coming from. I think people just want to escape some of the misery of today because it is difficult nowadays, and people just want to go out and enjoy themselves. They don't want to think about anything. But that's entirely the problem, I think, is that people don't want to think. They just want to go out, not think about what they're doing, and they think, oh, I'm going out for a night out, so it just justifies the way I act. It justifies why I'm being the way I am. And it's like, mate, we're all on the same boat. It's not just you who's like this. It's everyone. And yeah, I don't know. I'm not trying to preach too much, but it kind of annoys me sometimes because I think we're all in the same boat, and we don't need to act like complete muppets to escape our everyday reality. I sound like a right sensible ass, don't I? So I love a drink, don't get me wrong, I love a beer, but I just like to chill out a bit more now, just do a bit more day drinking. The hedonism, the escapism, that's like the thing that people are after, aren't they, nowadays? And they're just like, they want to escape the reality, they want to get out of 9 to 5 rubbish, they just go for a big shift from Monday to Friday, and then they just go mad for 2 days, and then they forget what they've done. And the beer fear kicks in then, but I can't be asked for that anymore. It's not worth it. But yeah, I think going back on like the whole cost of everything as well, the cost of actually drinking as well, it is a bit mad at the moment. It is like really, really extortionate at the moment, the cost of actually trying to have a drink. And I'm not talking about going for a big night out and spending like £100. I'm talking about just going for a few pints and you end up blowing about bloody £30. That's why I always go to Spoons nowadays. And God, going to Spoons, they don't even clean the tables anyway. It's not even worth going sometimes because it's just full of muppets anyway. Like, I'm not trying to like say that drinking's bad and that, you know, we shouldn't be doing it. We shouldn't be going out and having a blowout every now and then, because, you know, we all need a bit of a release sometimes, don't we? We all need to get out there and have a bit of a laugh sometimes. But I don't know, I think there's just other things we could be doing with our time. I think ever since I've stopped drinking as much now, I've realised there's so many other better things you could be doing with your time than going out, getting pissed and sort of forgetting everything in your life, because end of the day, it just makes you feel like shit anyway. All it does is just worsen your mental health. You know, it affects your relationship with it affects your relationship with your family, your parents, your kids, or your partner. You know, I just don't want any of that. I want to be present, and I want to, like, you know, wake up feeling good. I don't want to wake up feeling irritable. It affects, because the thing is, it like affects my mood for like days. It affects me physically and mentally for days. I feel like shit for literally 3 days in a row. And I might have only had about 5 pints as well. You know, you might just call me soft for doing that, but to be honest with you, that is just how it is. I'm 27, so I'm not exactly old or anything, but I do feel it though. I definitely do feel it. Not like I go mental anymore, to be fair. I just wanted to kind of give my 2 cents about it, because I think from what I've experienced recently, it's made me think about how bad it really is nowadays, and how people have lost their mind a little bit. And you just see it more often now. I know that people fight. I know people get a bit mad and they can, like, you know, have scraps with each other. I get that. That's happened ever since drinking's been a thing. But I don't know. I think nowadays it just seems more prevalent than ever. It just seems like it happens too much now. It's all the time. Like, every time I finish a bar shift, there's always someone kicking off. There's always someone having a scrap outside. It's just exhausting now. I don't get why people need to keep doing it. I kind of find it concerning when, you know, all the other people that I work with, I mean, I'm not concerned for them, but it's concerning how desensitized they are to it as well now. They're not even that bothered about it anymore. They don't even seem like they're that surprised. It just happens, doesn't it? It's not even like a thing it occasionally happens. And I don't even live like in a rough area. It's all right round here. I come from Moston in Manchester, and, you know, that was a rough place. And you would see that quite often, to be fair. Wasn't always that way as well, but yeah, comparatively, this is all right. And if it's happening in a decent place, or what I think's a decent place, then it just shows how far things have got now. But yeah, like, I'm not going to sit here and say, oh well, you should think about your life choices and you shouldn't be drinking, you shouldn't be doing this, because end of the day, we're all gonna have a drink in the day, aren't we? We always are. Every time it's dry January, we're like, oh yeah, we're going to make a change in our life. And you do that, but then after that, you're straight back on it again, 10 times worse, to be fair. So I've done it before. I'll do dry January and I'll literally come back with a vengeance. I think I've just got to a point where I just don't feel like doing it as much in general, really. Maybe that's the thing, is probably just realising what it's doing to your body and what it's doing to your mental state as well. You know, when you get to a point where you think, you know what, it's not worth the anxiety the next morning, it's not worth arguing over the misses over it, and also just not worth the aggro with other people as well, who are unpredictable and you don't know what they're going to do. And sometimes I just drink alcohol-free beer. I have it's a Erdinger alcohol-free. That's actually a decent tasting alcohol-free beer. Like, the Heineken sometimes isn't that great, but it's got better over the last couple of years. But the Erdinger one's probably the best one. If you ever wanted to try one, that's probably the one I'd go for anyway. But yeah, I think in general it's not a bad thing to drink. I just think that we all need to probably like chill out a bit sometimes. I think we've just gotten to a point where it feels like the only thing we can do in this country is drink, because of how badly it's going at the moment, how bad this country is right now, and all the problems we've got and the cost of living crisis and whatnot. Everyone's obviously losing the plot a bit, and I get that, but we can't lose our minds over it, because we can't initiate change in our own lives if we end up drinking ourselves silly, can we? We can't do that. But yeah, I think during this storyboard I'm doing it, I'm going to talk about a couple of different topics as well. But yeah, sorry it's a little bit different this video. I may or may not be keeping up with this kind of style and the way I've done things. It just keeps it more flexible for me and just makes it so I can upload more videos a bit more regularly. I may not have done that in the last week or so, but I have genuinely just been busy with life as well. But yeah, I'll just keep this nice and short and simple and probably end the video here now, because I don't really want to go into it too much. I don't really know what else to say about it other than kind of what I've experienced. I suppose that's the theme of this channel, is I just want to go over my own experiences instead of trying to, like, I don't know. I can have an opinion on things, but I suppose it's just something that people have already said anyway, and I may not be right on a couple of things anyway. But yeah, thanks for listening to me anyway, guys, and I will see you in the next video.